Okay? Resist the need to offer solutions. Just listen. All right? She doesn't need your solutions to feel better. She's going to feel better when she deals with whatever is going on. But your solutions may just be the thing that'll lead her to feeling better at some point. But don't get frustrated because she's not feeling better immediately because of your solutions, okay? Remember, you don't have to agree to understand her point or to be appreciated as a good listener, okay? You don't have to agree to understand her point of view. You don't have to agree. But listening to her point of view is important and being a good listener. And what are some things that you can do? If you wish to express a differing point of view, make sure she's finished and then rephrase her point of view before giving your own. And try not to raise your voice, so keep your voice down. Men, this is basically saying you need to learn how to manage your emotions. You need to not take things personally. You need to not get angry because a woman is telling you something. Like breathe, relax, whatever it is you need to do in order for you to manage your emotions. Another thing to remember you don't have to understand her point of view, right? Let her know that you don't understand, but you want to. Take responsibility for not understanding. Don't judge her or imply that she can't be understood. Oh, nobody understands you. Well, I don't know. I'll never understand you. Well, this will never work. Those sorts of things, not good things to say, right? And don't blame the person for not understanding. Instead, seek to understand. All right, tell me that again. What was it that you were saying? Okay, all right, I got this piece. I got that part. I got that piece. And men, sometimes you get frustrated when we don't understand. And if someone doesn't understand, just try to break it down for them, right? We all just think differently. Remember that. Another thing to remember is that you're not responsible for how she feels. She may sound as though she's blaming you, but she's really just needing to be understood. She's needing her problem at that moment to be understood. All right? So what are some of the things you can do? Refrain from defending yourself until she feels that you understand and care. It's not about you defending yourself at that moment. It's about the information that's being shared. So seek to understand the information. I will say that a million times. Listen for the information. What is the information saying to you? Is there something in it that you might be able to look at yourself? Was there something that somebody pointed out that you could look at and see, oh, yeah, I do that. Oh, I didn't mean to make you feel this way when I do that. But yes, I can acknowledge that I did that. So even if you can't even say that, acknowledge it within yourself. And then that person will then feel better about that for sure. It's okay gently to explain yourself and to apologize. I know how hard that is for some people to apologize. It's hard for all of us to apologize, but it is the best way in order for you to get the trust from someone. And gentlemen, if you want us to tell you things, if you want us to share things with you, if you want us, if you feel like your lady or somebody that that you'd like to have a good relationship with, always keeps things from you, or you feel you're always in the dark, maybe it's because of the way you respond to some of the things that they say. So maybe it would take a good maybe a good opportunity for you to look at how you receive information in order for you to understand why your communication is the way that it is, right? And another thing is, remember that if she makes you really angry, she is probably mistrusting you. Deep inside her is a scared little girl who is afraid of opening up and being hurt, and who needs your kindness and compassion. And I'll say that to the ladies too. There's a scared little boy somewhere. I'm going to be fair here today. We're all kind of walking around with a scared little person inside of us, or a little person. Just that little person might not be scared. That little person might be angry about something. Maybe we've not addressed some things that's happened in our lives. There's a little person inside of all of us, and we have to take control of that little person. We have to know when that little person is responding, because when someone starts to get angry and behave a certain way, generally that's not the adult in you that's doing that. That is a child response, right? So that's very important for you to understand that as well, because sometimes we're not clear on the way that we're responding to things, and we need to start looking at ourselves. So is is the information triggering something that maybe in our childhood, we saw things happen or we heard things, and that's how we would respond to kind of protect ourselves. We're adults now, so how do we kind of take control of that? That's very important. So best way to do this: don't argue with feelings and opinions. Take time out and discuss things later when there's less emotional charge, and practice this often so that you can, you can kind of get it together. So when a man can listen to a woman's feelings without getting angry and frustrated, he gives her a wonderful gift. He makes it safe for her to express herself. The more she's able to express herself, the more she feels heard and understood, the more she's able to give a man the loving trust, acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, and encouragement that he needs, right? So important. So practice that, so that you can kind of get the best out of your relationships. Um, Love often fails because people instinctively give what they want. Because a woman's primary love needs are to be cared for, understood, and so forth, she automatically gives her man a lot of caring and understanding. To a man, this caring support often feels as though she doesn't trust him. Being trusted is his primary need, not being cared for. Then, when he doesn't respond positively to her caring, she can't understand why he doesn't appreciate her brand of support. He, of course, is giving his own brand of love, which isn't what she needs. So they're caught in a loop of failing to fulfill each other's needs. So, all right, here's an example. Beth, a wife, complains, saying, I just can't keep giving and not getting back. Arthur doesn't appreciate what I give. I love him, but he doesn't love me. And Arthur, on the other hand, who's the husband, says, nothing I do is ever good enough. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. And she still doesn't love me. I love her, but it's just not working. So Beth and Arthur have been married for years. They both felt like giving up because they didn't feel loved. Ironically, they both claimed to be giving more love than they were getting back. And Beth believed she was giving more, which happens a lot, while Arthur thought he was giving the most. And in truth, they were both giving, but neither was getting what they wanted or needed. They did love each other, but because they didn't understand their partner's primary needs, their love was not getting through. So Beth was giving what she needed to receive, while Arthur was giving what he wanted. So gradually, everybody got burned out. So many people give up when relationships become too difficult. Relationships become easier when we understand our partner's primary needs without giving more, but by giving what is required, we do not burn out. So not more is not the answer. It's what your partner needs. That's the answer. Okay. So not what you need, and not giving, but what do they need? Because maybe they don't even need all that you're trying to give, right? And so you understand that there are different kinds of love, and to fulfill your partner, you need to learn how to give the love he or she primarily needs. So that's your challenge today, to think about your partner, think about what they actually need and what you've been giving, and what are some of the things that's been kind of making you not feel fulfilled, or making you a little miserable, or making you frustrated, and start to work on that. If you have been, you've been blessed to have somebody in your life that that loves you, and that's there for you, and you feel confident in that person, you feel that person supports you, that person bigs you up, makes you feel big, makes you feel important, uh, rings your bell. You know what I mean? You're still attracted to them, you still feel loved by them. Don't give up on it. But if you're finding that there are frustrating times and frustrations that just keep happening, maybe this is an opportunity for you to look at the love that you're giving and the love that they need, or the love you're expecting and the love that they can give. That's very, very important. So maybe what you're expecting might be a little bit outside of what they can give. And maybe you're supposed to get that from somewhere else, meaning your immediate family, or your girlfriends, or your guy friends, or whatever that is. Maybe you need to get those conversations with someone else. Maybe you need to have a confidant that you can talk to. Not that you're hiding anything from the person that you love, but maybe your expectations have kind of just been unrealistic, and so now you're kind of blaming the person that you love for something that they're not responsible for. I think that's really, really important, to love right. Yeah, to love right, and to make love right. And so when you're able to make that love right, then you'll understand that, right? So understand the kinds of love that's expected, and appreciate what you have. Not try to change somebody, because changing someone is never, ever the answer. And ladies, we feel the same way that men do when it comes to changing. If a man is always reminding us of something, or, well, why don't you do this, or you need to do that more, or you need to wear this, or you need to fix your hair, and you're looking at him like, hello, when have you been so miserable with me? So the same way we feel is the same way that a man feels when we start talking about all these things that he needs to do. So let's start looking at the things that they're doing, appreciating them, and just learning how to love different. That is our Wellness Wednesday show for you today, talking about the way men and women communicate differently, and their emotional needs, and how it's different, how we discover it. And you can go check out that book, Mars and Venus. So it's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Lots of great information for us to really get this thing right. 2021 is here. It's an opportunity for improvement in all areas of our life. And that's what we're going to be looking at every Wednesday, just to talk about our health and our wealth, and keep ourselves intact. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. You guys have a great afternoon. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. It will be Thursday, and it will be a Success 101, where we bring and highlight a successful young Caymanian. I'm so excited to share this guest with you. So please make sure you tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock. This is your Straight Talk Drive to 5 show. And signing off, Catherine Tyson. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening.
Shell down the place. It's the Shellings Mix, exclusively from the Scratchmaster. You know who it is, man?